Yo, what's happening, guys? So I want to share with you what it was like to go in psychosis. And I got like arrested by all these police in Thailand, and it happened also in South Africa. So I want to tell you guys about that and tell you how it happened to me, so hopefully it doesn't happen to you guys, and spread a positive message and tell you like really interesting stories about my life. So let's start with this first psychosis. So I was in Israel when they had like some wars and that, and then that happened, right? And after that, I started smoking a lot of weed, and I was watching a lot of social media. I was watching all the time what was happening there, what was happening everywhere, and very negative news. And I started not being able to sleep. I would wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would start my day and go exercise and be extremely manic, right? Someone's calling me, but let's carry on. Extremely manic. So I wasn't sleeping and smoking all this weed. And slowly but surely I entered into psychosis, and I was fully obsessed with this project I was doing, the USOE program. It's like upward spiral self-development, but I was trying to do this program like to introduce it to kids around the whole world. And I actually started thinking that by doing this program and having these people all around the world, I could actually overthrow all governments of the world. And I really believed I could do that, but not in a way that's bad, like maybe even get them just to work with us, not even overthrow them, but like unite, make a really global organization, and like, I don't know, do something good for the world. But when I was going in psychosis, I was experiencing mania. So I started to think that I was like much more important than I was. And I started to think I could do things I couldn't do. And it was actually a very scary thing to talk about. It's not easy to make this video, but I'm gonna just go with it. I've deleted a few, but it's, yeah. And then I was getting obsessed. I was in Thailand smoking a lot, getting more obsessed with these ideas, and getting more agitated all the time. And I started making crazy videos on social media and scaring people and stuff like that, and acting completely mad. And I thought that I was on like a holy mission, you know. I was having delusions of grandeur, and my mind wasn't working at all. In retrospect, you know, I was completely like impulsive and just terrible way. And I landed up one day sitting in a coffee shop, and then all these police arrived, like 8 of them, and they like handcuffed me and that, and I didn't resist them or whatever, but then they like tied me in an ambulance to a bed, and they tied like each arm, one arm, each leg, like really tight. And then you treat it as a threat, you know, when people see that you're like mentally insane. And then I was stuck in this place for a while, and there was other people there that also had like mental challenges, that did crazy things, and they would just like give you so much medication and sedatives and stuff like that, and you pretty much do nothing. So that was that time. And then also it happened in South Africa. I had like an episode, right, and I did something kind of bad, and then the police all came, and they arrested me in the middle of the night. They came like 10 of them to this guest house I was staying in, and they like took me to a mental health place. And what I did is I like smashed my mom's TV and all that at her house, to be honest with you. And I obviously really regret it, but it was the same thing that happened in Thailand. Like I wasn't sleeping when that happened. I didn't sleep properly for like 2 weeks. I was waking up at like 2 o'clock, and then I was sleep deprived, and I smoked weed, and I just like was completely crazy. But fucking hell, it's not easy to make this. You know that I keep wanting just to delete this, but I'm not going to delete it.
Yeah,
you know, it's not, yeah, nah, I'm going to just post it like this. But yeah, the point is now, guys, that I'm much better, and you can get better from this stuff. You know, you just need to start going to the gym a lot and journal every day, gratitude list in the morning, positives, affirmation to yourself. If you're just consuming digital media, it's very bad for mental health. It's bad for your self-image. You know, you need to be consuming stuff and focusing on stuff that is positive to yourself, guys. When I went in psychosis, a big part of that was that I was always watching about negative things, in particular war situations, and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and watching this and this and this. And I mean, I had an addiction to social media, and I still kind of struggle with it. Sometimes I take out my phone, I just find myself scrolling, but it's not like how it was. And it's my life is much better now, guys. And if you want to make your life better, just journal every morning and go to gym every day and train and exercise. But I mean, it's all different for people, but if you want to improve your self-esteem, you have to do challenging things, because once you do something challenging, after that you feel like you are capable of stuff. That's why training is such a good thing, because it's a challenge. You know, you stop negotiating with yourself. You know, like with me, with exercise, I didn't care how I feel. I'm going to the gym, and I'll probably even go twice in a day, because it's a privilege. It's a privilege to work on ourselves. And if you're in recovery and that, you have to focus on feeling good, because if you feel good, you don't want to use like hard drugs and stuff like that. You know, I feel so nice, I go out and everyone drinks and I don't drink. But I'll be honest with you guys, I have smoked weed yesterday and today. Even now I'm high on weed, and I took Adderall too today, actually, to be honest. And I know it's like you talking about my recovery and that, but it's just a speed bump, you know. And I'm being honest with you guys too about it, and anyone, because I don't have like shame about it. You can't have shame, guys. We're just people working on ourselves, and like hopefully in the future, in the long term, I'll just stay sober. But yeah, I felt like I had to admit that to you guys. I don't want to just make videos and fucking act like I'm perfect. Meanwhile, I'm not stoned while I'm making the video. But I do sleep properly these days. I prioritize that. I'm much calmer. I don't watch the negative stuff, and that's made a huge difference in getting better at my mental health. And yeah, if any of you guys want to join, I have a gratitude list group that we post like our gratitude list every day. So it's an accountability group, and it's a gratitude list group and a journaling group. So that's free to join, guys. And I just want to make these videos and share my experience to make a positive difference. I don't care if people judge me. I was a drug addict. I fucking made so many mistakes, and I'm a human trying to improve like the rest of us. And yeah, I'll keep it 100 with you guys. I don't need fucking approval from anybody. You know, I've got myself now. I keep promises to myself, train every day, push myself, and improve, guys. And if you struggle with mental health, you can improve, but you must remember it starts with the journaling every day, the exercise, preferably avoiding drugs and alcohol. But sometimes, like, I don't know, if someone smokes weed once every few weeks, I don't think that's bad. But definitely like cocaine, alcohol's out of the question. And a healthy diet, you know, it's simple. And if you guys have been addicted to social media and watching too many videos, you'll be amazed at how much clearer your mind will be and how much better your worldview will be when you switch to journaling and you don't scroll anymore and you commit more to your goals. You will feel 1,000,000 times better. So if you're going through a hard time now, just understand you can change your trajectory, but you have to put in certain simple habits. And it starts with a daily gratitude, to be positive. You know, if you consume all this social media, it's always negative. It's always what you don't have. Your mind always goes there, because you see someone with a lot of money, immediately you think to yourself, what about me? How do I compare? That's how humans' brains work. You're always comparing yourself, and you're going on the social media and you're comparing yourself to people that are at the extremes of society. You know, these people, like, they say, oh, social media is not real. No, a lot of it is real. You know, there's 20-year-olds out there with 5 Lamborghinis, and I don't know how rich they are, but they are. And I'm a 34-year-old and I'm not as rich as them, and the comparison comes like that. And good for those guys, but what I'm just saying is that the social media might have had a very toxic effect on your guys' lives, and you need to watch out for that. And you combat that with journaling and not being addicted to social media anymore, and just working on it. But yeah, if you guys like this video, like the video and comment. But I'll see you soon in another one and share a positive message. The last thing I can say is that train every day, healthy diet, high protein. Your protein shakes, put a double scoop in them and have it twice a day. Then gratitude list and go through challenges, and everything will be alright.